You're listening to the Beauty Beyond Bella podcast, powered by Formula Wellness.
I'm your host, Dr. Yvette Suarez, owner and medical director of Bella Excellence, a diamond-accredited anti-aging med spa in the Tampa Bay, Florida area. On this show, we explore the latest trends in health, beauty, and anti-aging medicine while celebrating the inspiring journeys and achievements of our guests.
Welcome. This is Mark Davis, the esteemed chef for Nutrition Solutions. As we know, obesity now affects more than 40% of the population for greater than 20 years old. That is a lot of adults that are now overweight. We don't know how to eat. We don't know how to get good foods. There are fast foods, I think, on every corner in our country. And so this is an amazing way to actually start this conversation, because what does Nutrition Solutions solve for us?
Well, what it solves is not just obesity, but it's going to solve and give you a lifestyle transformation. It's going to help you stay on track with your fitness goals, your macro nutrients, and really at the end of the day, to be the best version of yourself.
I love that. So chefs are always, I feel like they're artistic like we are, right? They're always trying to find a way to make you feel better, to make sure what they're putting in front of you, you want, right? We want to love our food. And I think we got into a bad habit that we think that eating good and eating clean has to be without flavor and no enjoyment.
Well, that is definitely not true. Whoever told you that made that up. As a chef, and one of my big duties at Nutrition Solutions is make the meals relatable to people. We all love to have, a burger, a taco here and there, but and I'm not saying don't go out and enjoy those things, but don't go and enjoy them in abundance, right? From day to day, you want to really take the time to focus on your diet, what you put in your mouth, right? So uh, a saying that I've always heard, and I really, like to let people know this, is let your food be your medicine, or your medicine is going to become your food.
I love that. We talk about gut health performance all the time, and it's true, right? Your food is your medicine. So what you put in will dictate how you feel, how you live your life, whether you have migraines, whether you're sad, whether you can't sleep. It's a cycle that we're in right now that people can't seem to get out of, right? Because there's so many bad choices. And I love that you offer really good, clean choices. So one of the things I was really impressed about, because it's really hard, even for myself, understanding what macronutrients are, but we still look at something and don't understand what's the protein in that, what we should have per day, how much fiber. You already taken that guessing game out. How does that work with your program?
So with our program, and I'll walk you through it. Let's say, hey, Chef Mark Davis called me. I'm on the line. First and foremost, you're gonna receive your call from our client success team, who's top of their game all the time. Chef Mark, what are you looking to do? Hey, I got a wedding coming up in 4 months. Right now, currently I weigh 225 pounds. I would like to get down to I would like to lose about 30 pounds for my wedding. How can you guys help me? First we're going to go through your eating habits. What does your daily schedule look like? Are you waking up, going to the gym, or what are you eating in the morning? So after we go through your process of your full day, now we can design a plan and offer you a plan that fits your day-to-day lifestyle, that keeps you on track to make sure you hit your macronutrients. We're going to get your height, your weight. Obviously, I've already went over my goal weight and what I'm looking to do in that 4-month period of time. We're not just going to put you on a plan. We're going to assist you through the whole process of you being able to dominate your goals and create more of a healthy lifestyle transformation for yourself. We'll give you workout programs. We also work with MyFitnessPal to where all of our meals are easily tracked through MyFitnessPal, an app that everyone knows about. A lot of people already have it, and all you do is just go on, type in the meal you're eating from Nutrition Solutions. It pops up your macronutrients, and then, hey, I had this for lunch, I had this for dinner. So you can stay in that calorie deficit without doing any of the work, really, other than staying on track and going through the process.
Yeah, look, that's so important. I would say, look, for all of us, the most important thing is to be able to eat healthy. I think what you offer is for people like me that are busy. All of us are so busy in our lifetime, and we don't really want to take the time or have the time to really prepare a good meal. And so I think that's when people start to make bad choices
Of course.
or even not eat, which
Right.
also puts us in a deficit that we need the protein as we're getting older.
Agreed.
So I would say for a lot of our women in menopause, look, I've been always a person that believed in intermittent fasting. I've intermittent fasted probably for the last decade. But I will say, when you go through menopause, that really reverses back. And most women in menopause do not do well with intermittent fasting, and we don't lose fat. And we end up needing more protein. And so I've learned as I've gotten older that I need to pivot. I need to pivot to healthier foods, to better solutions for myself. So, okay, so walk me through it. So if I, ding, 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 I'm calling you up.
Okay.
Okay, your customer success team, which your client success team, I love that name, answers the phone. What are they going to say to me?
First, they're going to greet you and they're going to welcome you to Nutrition Solutions. And then we're going to ask you, hey, doctor, what is your goal? Is it to eat more conveniently? Because look, some people come to us and, they're already at their fitness weight. They're already where they want to be, but they want to maintain that, but they want to eat cleaner, and what I mean by cleaner, we use nothing but grass-fed and great grass-fed, grass-finished product, free-range chicken, organic vegetables. So it's on the quality, not quantity, right? So you're calling us and we'll say, hey, you're rather you want to lose weight, we're gonna put you, for your height, weight, and size, we'll put you on a shred plan, a Spartan Plus shred plan. You get 12 meals, 2 breakfast items, and every client gets a free clean sheet, which, is basically a donut, but it's a clean version. We call it a clean sheet because you feel like you're cheating when you're eating it, but it's very
Clean sheet, I like
clean.
that.
So it's very clean. But once again, we're making it relatable. You're being able to cheat, but not really cheat on your diet by having this nice organic coconut oil, whole wheat flour, donut made from scratch with all clean ingredients, fresh berries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, you name it. It all depends what clean sheet you're getting of the week. But it helps you along the way, as well as with our protein bars. Our breakfast items switch week to week from waffles to pancakes. Our pancakes and waffles are gluten-free. So we look to, and that's something that our clients were looking for. We did not decide to do that. Our clients were asking for a gluten-free breakfast item. So we went into the kitchen, we created a gluten-free breakfast item that can still be delicious, good, and high in protein.
Yeah, so wow, you said a lot there that was so important. So let me start to unpack that. Number one, I think every woman would say we want to lose 5 pounds, even when we're at our goal weight. I'm just gonna say that, yeah, 5 more pounds gone is okay with me, or like maintain it. Number two, I think at this point in my life, I really want longevity and quality of life. I don't
So
want to feel exhausted. I don't want to feel brain fog. I want to feel my best every single day.
agreed.
And I think that's what a lot of the good foods will give me. I don't mind the cheats. I think I live in an 80-20 rule,
Okay.
right? I think if we do great 80% of the time, we can heal that 20% of the time, right? But you said a lot of important things for gut health.
Agree.
You talked about organic food, the cleanest ingredients that you can get. Even with your cheat foods, you're getting a lot of protein in those. You have gluten-free options, which we know is very inflammatory for a lot of people's guts.
Of course.
Those are all amazing things. So what would you propose for me on a person that is on the go all the time? I need to be able to at least eat 2 to 3 meals a day and get at least 100 grams of protein a day. What would my meal look like?
So your meal, you would more than likely start off with your breakfast item. Your breakfast item, rather, once again, we switch week to week, whether it's waffles or pancakes. You get your breakfast item in. I know there's a lot of people that don't eat breakfast, and they're taking their protein supplement drink, and which is, we recommend that highly. That's kind of like our 80-20 rule. 80% of your protein is coming from clean ingredients like, chicken, beef, etc. And then your 20% could come from your meal supplement, protein shakes, smoothies, however you like to have them is up to you. What makes you feel comfortable. I would tell you to, maintain your daily goals, as far as your daily fitness goals, whatever that is for you. Um, whether that's you getting your 10,000 steps in, whatever that case may be. And I would just tell you to make sure you stay on task. You don't skip your meals, because a lot of people, when they skip meals and they start to get hungry, now we're talking something different from intermittent fasting, right? It's kind of like staying on, when you wake up in the morning, you set your schedule for the day. I got a 10 a.m. meeting, 11 a.m., et cetera, et cetera. You want to make sure that you're staying on task with your health, your health lifestyle, and your health goals. If you put that much into your daily routine, how easy is it to implement making sure that you eat your meals part of your daily routine, right? If you're not putting your health first, then what are you putting first, right? So that by staying on your routine process, that alone is going to help you lose that 5 pounds, just by maintaining that and getting your protein intake. By the time you even by the time you get to dinner, you've already hit your 100 grams of protein goal for the day. So now you're ahead of the game.
With the rhythm, right? So we're circadian rhythm people, right? We have rhythm to everything that we do. Our hormones are rhythms, right? So why shouldn't our eating be in a rhythm? And making sure, even though we say breakfast, lunch, and dinner, is really taking that opportunity to set that time apart, which we don't do, right? Get lunch. I think we have the problem is how to HR, but I don't have lunch. But really taking that opportunity to carve out that little time to keep our rhythm going.
Agreed. And that's what it's all about. Staying in rhythm, going through the process, and putting your diet goals in your daily routine, so you can make sure you crush those goals every day. I mean, because that's a huge win at the end of the day. And normally, if you skip a meal because I'm too busy, or et cetera, that's why people come to us at Nutrition Solutions, because we cut out all the excuses. There's no excuses. I mean, if you could go in and put your tray of food in for a minute, 30 seconds, and, take 5 to 10 minutes to sit down and eat your meal. I mean, the convenience right there alone, at that point, if you're not doing it, it just becomes an excuse.
Yeah, and so the way I was introduced, you brought a couple of meals over to the office.
Yes.
And I could see our manager sitting there eating that, and I kind of peek over. I hadn't prepped anything for my meals. I had a protein shake in the morning, and I'm staring at her going, hi, well, that looks so good. It smells so good. What are you eating? And so when you look at the containers, and I'll have to pull one because I absolutely love that behind it shows all the macros. So I chose, this is probably my favorite. I am a big chicken parm girl.
Yes.
I think you knew that. So I absolutely love that. I can probably eat that every single day. I don't need a lot of variety in my dinner. However, on the back, it'll show me this is only 15 grams of carbohydrates, 60 grams of protein.
Yes.
Absolutely love that.
Yes.
I never feel like I get enough protein in my diet. 8 grams of sugar, 2 grams of fiber, and total grams of 10 for fat. So, and then 370 calories. That's it.
Yes.
So what a great meal plan. I struggle, and I think most women struggle in getting enough protein in our diet.
Hey.
We all struggle. Like I was calculating, I was probably averaging 30 to 50 grams a day of protein.
Oh,
and
wow.
I can see my muscle loss. And that's really important.
Yes.
As we age and when we're young, whether you want to look great and fit or you just want to be able to maintain as you get older.
Agree.
This is really helpful.
Yes. I mean, it's packed with protein, like you said. 60 grams of protein in the meal that you have right now. That's actually a keto chicken parm, so there's no carbs in it, right? So it's a zucchini noodle that we make in-house, fresh free range, antibiotic, hormone-free chicken, and all of our sauces are made from scratch using organic ingredients, and you're getting the cleanest version meal out there right now. And you're getting your protein, and I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I mean, it's absolutely delicious. And you
Look,
will
let's bet it
will
would bring
enjoy it.
Mark home with me. Martha would probably be upset if I say yes,
Yes.
and I just have Mark all day cook for me. But instead of that, I can still have all of his meals prepared for me
Yes.
and love all of the value and taste and flavor that brings.
Agree.
I love
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Formula Wellness 4 cornerstones are nutrition, functional wellness, aesthetics, and brain health. These serve as a guide rail for individuals that are pursuing longevity inside and out. Formula Wellness is setting the new benchmark in preventative healthcare and aesthetics. Thank you for all of your support. To learn more, please visit www.formulawellness.com.
Tell me a little bit about, you talked a little bit about your desserts and our breakfast. Is it important for people to be able to have those little cheats? Do you think if they don't cheat, we're going to end up cheating with soda or something that's really going to cause us to have leaky gut, where this is really filled with still very healthy things? We think of cheat, but tell me what this would be in this cheap donut.
Okay, so a lot of people call it desserts. We call it our breakfast and bakery items.
Okay.
Okay, we make it relatable to desserts. But to answer your question, you know, it really captures the essence of the sweet. If you have a sweet tooth, if you're looking for something sweet to eat, um, this is what you want to grab. And that's why that's why, one, we make it so it helps you stay on track. We understand people have that sweet tooth. We understand, you know, if you have nothing healthy around, correct, you're gonna reach for that Snickers bar or whatever, that you read, Oreos,
Yeah.
chocolate chip cookies, whatever you reach for, we know that's gonna be the go-to, right? So by giving all of our clients every week a free clean sheet that comes with their meal, and a lot of women, you know, cannot eat it in one city, right? Because it's very fulfilling. Like when you're eating clean meals, just to back up a little bit, when you eat our meals, you're gonna feel full. And that is a really big thing that you need to look at. Because if you eat highly processed foods, which we all have, a burger, just eating something real quick and convenient, you never feel full. You never really, really, really feel full. You always feel like you can eat a little bit more, or just it was just a little teaser, and the burger you ate was 600 calories, right? Our meals, you're gonna eat our meal, and you're really gonna feel full. That's first and foremost. Now, that plays on to the desserts, right? If you have that sweet tooth, or you're looking for something sweet, just like how our meals, when you eat our meals, our savory meals, they make you feel full. The desserts are going to have the same effect for you for the sweets, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's going to really fulfill that need. Oh, I wanted something sweet. I just ate a half of a clean sheet. Oh, it was amazing. And I don't feel like, crap after eating it as well. So
Yeah, it's interesting what you said about feeling full, right? So processed food not only does it make you feel full and you overeat to expand that stomach, you also later on get that bloating.
yes.
You feel distended. You feel a little nauseous or have a headache the next morning. I always tell patients, don't you realize every time you drink soda, the next morning you have a headache?
Yeah.
Like there's all these inflammatory changes that people aren't noticing. And I think when they detox, and for me, a detox is doing really good, healthy food along with vitamins to support your liver, that alone will normally get your gut right.
Right on track. Right. And what we see and a lot of phone calls we get from our clients, right? Um, they're like, hey, I've been doing the meals now for 2 weeks. I'm using the bathroom a lot more, you know, um, than normal. And that's really your gut resetting itself, because the clean ingredients that you're getting in your body is now flushing out all the bad toxins you've been eating in the past. So
It's interesting. People always are so worried about talking about bowel habits, right? But we live in a society that is constipated.
Yeah.
And that's because they have no nutritional value in their food.
Agree.
And so you get all this intestinal flare up, it backs up, and they don't know why they're constipated, right? And great, yes, they can increase their fiber, but in reality, it doesn't really change, and they don't know why, because they are stuck in this inflammatory process.
I agree.
So I can always think that if we can get people to eat really clean, also make sure we have all their micronutrients, we make sure that they have their magnesium, their fish oils, their zinc, selenium, everything to really help, we would have such a healthier society. Like, you look at Europe, we can go there, and I love going to Europe, and I can eat whatever I want and walk and not have any issues. We come here, our food is filled with gluten,
Yeah.
filled with preservatives, don't even have any nutritional value,
At all.
and we're trying to feel great.
Yeah. Doesn't match up.
It doesn't make sense.
No, it does not.
You were being very kind in saying that you go out to eat and your meal is 600 calories. They've made the mistake now of putting the calories on the food. A lot of the food that you pick up is 2,000 calories,
Yeah.
26 grams of sugar in one meal,
Agreed.
this is 375 calories,
Yeah.
but no sugar. This is amazing.
And they did that. So, depending on how old you are, I mean, back in the day, they weren't required, and me being a chef for over 20 years, I've worked at a lot of restaurants, things like that. That really wasn't a requirement back then. Now that they made it a requirement that everyone has to list the calories on the menu, that's by law, right? It's not that they're doing it out of the good of their heart, right?
They don't want you to know.
Right. But my thing is even though that they did that, people still make the choice to make the bad decision, right? So now you have to break a mindset that you've been, training your mind that this was okay. Even with the calories sitting in front of everyone now, they still choose to eat that meal that's 1,500 calories. So that's why we do what we do at Nutrition Solutions, is because we know you have to make a lifestyle transformation, and we're here for it. And that's what the company is built off of. That's what our mission statement is built off of. Once you live that lifestyle and help people make that lifestyle transformation, that's when you're in the best version of yourself.
So you're saying you should own it.
You should own it.
Don't look at that 2,000 calorie meal and say, that's okay.
Right.
Right? Let's
Yeah.
come up with a better solution.
Yes.
I agree. We all make bad choices, but in general, I have realized the better I eat, it really takes away the cravings that you would have for bad food. When your gut is feeling great, you can actually look at that food now and be disgusted by it. Versus this was something you might have been eating on a daily basis. And we won't call out all the fast food places around here. But it's true. I mean, I walked into a place the other day and it smelled so fried and everything was so bad. I just turned around and walked back out because I didn't even like the smell of it anymore, which I thought to myself, oh my God, I'm doing a good job. I'm cleaning my gut. This is so important. So when you start eating like this, and I do have a hard time, like this portion would probably take me 3 times to eat.
Yep.
So you're saying that because we need all this protein, we need to try to get to a point to really eat and maximize our calories?
I agree. You need to, right? So to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. So depending on what your goals are and what your calorie intake is for the day, that's the meal plan we're going to recommend for you. We have a shred and we have a beast meal plan. So,
Ooh, can I do the shred?
Yes.
Thank you.
Actually, what you're holding is the beast right now. That's why it looks so much.
It's very meaty. I'll do half and I'll consider the shred.
Yeah. So in our meal, and the difference between shred and beast really is just the protein intake. For shred, it's 4 ounces, 4 ounces protein, 4 ounce starch, 3 ounce veg. And then for the beast, the only thing that changes is 7 ounce protein. So really you can eat half and you're going to, and still get 35 grams to 40 grams of protein in one sitting with the shred meal. So, I mean, you said 100 you wanted to hit, you know, your protein intake at 100, I mean, 3 of those meals put you way over 100,
Yeah.
you know, so it
No,
is.
I agree. Look, to me, 100 to 120 is probably where I need to be at, but I've never even been able to make half of that. And so every little bit of protein. But I can't help but thinking, as my son just got back from FSU,
Mhm.
his eating habits were not the best there.
Of course.
Okay.
College,
And
there's
his bills of his food, of what he eats and Uber Eats and all this stuff, I
Yeah.
can't even begin to tell you. We've had to have a discussion about that. And he doesn't feel great. Right. And I look at this like, we all think like this is going to cost us so much more. But trust me when I tell you the bills that I get from him eating
Yep.
out all the time, this would give him so much relief, make him feel great,
Yeah,
help his studies,
yeah,
brain fog,
absolutely.
concentration. Like, this is a great idea, not just for me, but I'm thinking, how do I implement this now? And you ship everywhere?
Everywhere in the US, overnight shipping. So if you were to order last night, you would get your meals on Tuesday.
And this is freshly made every day, and your
Where-
menu changes
Yes.
every week.
Every week the menu changes.
Okay.
And when I said the other day, we're on Monday. So if you ordered Sunday, we will ship out your meals Monday and you'll receive them Tuesday.
Okay.
So overnight shipping, that's on us. You don't pay for that. We absorb that cost. But also, you know, like you said, look, we're not the cheapest, but we are the best. And that's how we move. We want the best results for you, so we got to give you the best ingredients. And you know, if you sit back and like you just said, Doc, like you go through your bank account for a month, add up all the Uber Eats, add up all the little quick little bites to eat that you wanted or lunch that you ordered. You add that up and then you divide that by the 4 weeks out the month, you're gonna see and be like, hey, you know, well, I'm actually spending 80 to $100 more if I would just, you know, make that transition over to, you know, not only eating clean, but the work is done for you. No dirty kitchen. You know, you don't have it's no fuss. You don't have to call your significant other to make sure dinner's done. If you're running late, you know you're gonna have a long night, right? You don't have to skip out on the meals. It's right there, minute 30 seconds in the microwave, boom, 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 done. So, you know, just like you explained with your son, you're also saving money there too. Your bank account's gonna look a little bit better at the end of the month.
Look, quality counts.
Absolutely.
It's totally worth. I honestly think it would save me money doing this, but even if I had to pay a little bit more, the quality I would get, what I would feel like later on, really makes just a big impact in our lives. So
Absolutely.
thank you for, and I wanted to call this out because, you know, I always worry about plastic and heating my stuff up in plastic and water bottles and really trying to break those habits. But you have Go Green on here.
Yes.
And I gave you a little hard time that this was in
No.
plastic. So this had no PBA.
None at all. You can go straight to the website and it's self-explanatory. And that's why we go with the best of the best. We pay more, but we want our clients to feel safe. You had some questions and it took me less than 10 seconds to answer
He
it,
did.
less than 20 seconds to look it up, to verify it,
Yeah.
that it's all there for you, you know?
And then the last thing I wanted to kind of do, I don't really have a sweet tooth, which is interesting, not compared to others, but this really does look amazing. I stay far away from donuts, but this even had, I believe, 21 grams of protein.
Yes. Yes.
So look, just with these 2 meals, I've already practically made my go. So this looks absolutely amazing.
Yes, that is so if you ever watched Homer Simpson, like I said, we make everything relatable. That's our Homer donut, and it looks like the donut off the Homer Simpson cartoon.
It
That everyone grew up kind of watching, or everyone, if you didn't watch it, you knew about it. But that's how we make things relatable. And
And
you,
it's so moist.
it's delicious, right? And even our protein is grass-fed whey protein. So all the way down to the details because the details matter.
I love that. So why? I keep eating because this is really good. And he was bringing my lunch, so this will be my lunch today. Tell me a little bit as far as When we think about beauty, especially beauty inside and out,
Okay.
what does that really mean?
Well, once again, beauty to me, and I'm sorry if I don't have a big explanation for it. I'm pretty, once again, I'm a chef and I'm a man, so I want to keep it very simple for you. Beauty to me is how you feel when no one's around and no one's looking. That's true beauty to me. And that's what I feel beauty comes from. How do you feel when no one else is around? You don't need validation. You don't need any of that. You just need to feel beautiful when no one else is around. Because if you feel that, when you walk out into the world, it's going to be seen.
I love that.
So it starts within.
Yeah. We all want to feel great. So when you wake up in the morning and you feel empowered and you feel so good in your own skin and you feel healthy, you're going to impact the rest of the world in a positive manner.
It radiates
It-
out into the universe in abundance.
So if you had to describe your company with one word or one sentence, what would that be?
Lifestyle transformation.
Lifestyle transformation. You've heard it here. Thank you, Chef Mark, for being on with us. Such a pleasure. Thank you for bringing me my lunch. I'll order soon.
All right.
Thank you.